Welcome back to Courtroom Authority, where the gavel meets the gossip and the drama hits harder than any objection. Today's case, Lee versus Lee, dives deep into a 9-year relationship that's standing at the edge of trust and temptation. What starts as a conversation about spicing things up in marriage quickly turns into suspicion. Is this change born out of love? Or is it a recipe borrowed from someone else's kitchen? The judges bring in expert voices, from romance authors to reality TV veterans, to give unfiltered advice on love, lust, and keeping the fire alive. But here's the twist. While some see it as harmless self-improvement, others think it's smoke hiding a much bigger fire. Stick with us, because before the gavel drops, we'll see this couple's personal life put under a microscope, complete with celebrity insight, blunt truths, and some jaw-dropping confessions. Question for you. If your partner suddenly wanted to change your intimacy routine, would you be excited or suspicious? Drop your take in the comments.
How are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
We're
Good.
good.
It's
Thank
good
you
to
for
see you.
coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, we need your insight. We have a couple here, been together 9 years. In the 8th year, he starts busting a move, basically. So we want to get from you some information. You write a lot about sex and romance.
I do.
You talk to a lot of couples. What would you suggest for couples who say the relationship is going stale? What do you recommend?
Well, first let me say this, that lust is the benefit of self at the expense of others, while love is the benefit of others at the expense of self. And what I mean by that is a lot of couples stop at the lust stage and never get to the love stage. Even when they've been together a long time and have kids and stuff together, you have to realize that love is about a degree of sacrifice and willing to make exceptions to make the other person happy. So a lot of times when a marriage becomes stale, it's because there's that lack of communication or the unwillingness to try different things.
And we know that you know a lot about spice.
I do.
So, what advice would you give them, since she seems to be uncomfortable with change and he's trying to spice things up?
Well, I think it's important to have an open mind. And as long as he's not asking you to do anything that makes you totally uncomfortable, you may want to try it, because for all you know, you might like it. And our sex drives come in ebbs and flows, whether we're male or female. And sometimes a lot of it has to do with outside circumstances. But you never know. If he wants to try something new, unless it's something that's like really makes you uncomfortable, you just can't see yourself doing, why not try it? It might actually turn you on.
Here's the issue here, is she's concerned about it, not because he's doing it, but she thinks he's getting this information, this spiciness from another hot tamale.
That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Everybody changes in their life. Like, we don't want to watch the same, television show for 30 years, or eat the same. We don't have the same favorite meal for 30 years. So it may just be that he wants to do something different, and you're his wife, so he should do it with you. And I often encourage couples to spice up their love life. It can be very helpful for a spouse. It's better for him to try to make changes and try to encourage you to do those things than to go out and for him to be miserable, rather.
And it's not an indicator that there's infidelity going on.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right. What about watching porn? Is watching porn an indication that there's cheating going on?
No, a lot of couples watch porn together, and it can be very healthy for a relationship. It could be some type of research. They could learn things that they want to experiment with. That's not necessarily an indicator of someone cheating at all, because a lot of people watch porn with their spouses.
Okay.
A lot.
A lot.
All right.
Because you are a reality star, you're a bad girl on TV, we had to find out from a bad girl about a bad girl. We are pleased to have Natalie Nunn, who's gone on to become a successful entrepreneur and a mother and a wife. And she was an original bad girl on the original Bad Girls Club. Ron, would you escort her in, please?
Yes, Sean.
Miss Nunn, we're so glad you're here.
Yes.
And to help us with this, and you were the original bad girl.
I was.
All right.
I was.
Can you relate to this case?
So, it's very overwhelming, you two. I hear you flying to Vegas. I hear you trying to move to Vegas. I hear the fight night. I hear it. Celebrity. Girl, I was the original bad girl.
Yeah.
When you have a good man in front of you, really trying, you need to bring it down a few notches. I am a bad girl at heart, but I am also an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I am a wife of 5 years married now.
Ooh, girl,
and I'm trying to tell you,
Lord,
okay? And I was America's favorite bad girl, okay? So
Ms.
Rudy.
Monet is saying that this is just part of being a celebrity, part of being a reality star, part of being a bad girl. That what she's doing is just part of that persona. And she's playing to her fan base.
Your fan
What's the
base is
problem
my
with that?
fan base. Hold on, I'm gonna let you get away with some of this right now.
Here's where the courtroom gets a dose of reality TV realness. Natalie Nunn, the self-proclaimed original bad girl, just told Monet what a lot of viewers are thinking. There's a difference between keeping your brand alive and keeping your marriage alive. Posting your partner on social media might seem trivial, but in relationships, public acknowledgement can be a silent form of validation. From a legal and relational perspective, this isn't about Instagram likes. It's about perception. If one partner feels hidden, it can create suspicion, even without any real evidence of wrongdoing. And Moni's own admission that she doesn't want to show him off until she's sure might be honest, but it also feeds her partner's insecurities. So here's the question for you watching at home. Is keeping your partner off social media protecting your privacy or protecting your options?
Now, because I'm a bad girl and we look, girl, but look, you need to separate your real life from your work. You're treating him like a fan. Like, how are you not, why don't you want to post him? Like, on the flip side of that, in the beginning, I did not post my husband either. And I can relate to that because there were times in the very beginning of my relationship, I was like, oh no, you're not about to mess what I got going on because I don't know if I really want to be with you. You know, I'm not going to show the world who you are. And then now you're going to be on all these blogs that, you know, and now I got another count on my list.
That's exactly
like,
how
I
I
got another guy I didn't date and
That's
it
how
didn't
I feel,
work out.
And that's the issue.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm like,
That's the issue.
I don't know, just like he doesn't know if this is real, I'm trying to figure out if this is real, because if I'm not there yet, I cannot post you until I know for a fact.
Well, to better understand what it's like to be accused of being a cheater, we have a friend of the court here, Ms. Lisa Wu, a former housewife of Atlanta. Ron, would you please escort our next witness in?
Yes, Sean.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
Great.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Ms. Wu, it's been publicized that you were accused of cheating. How did that feel?
You feel like you can't move, you can't do anything, you know? And a lot of the times it's because you're projecting that on the person because you said you were thought, right?
Ma'am.
So you've been thoughting in the wilderness.
Been thoughting
like
around.
you've been just doing your thing, right? So sometimes it comes from a place of being paranoid, but also you're making her feel uncomfortable that she has to hide certain things. But I want to say this to you. What you've been doing in a marriage is totally inappropriate. Like, you're feeding his insecurities. Like, totally. You're feeding them.
And I honestly feel like it's just karma coming back to bite me in my tail.
So my question is, have you actually ever cheated?
No. I was married twice, but never cheated. But, you know, their behavior was like, I just really love this man. And but he always constantly, he was like, you're cheating. You know, if I didn't pick up the phone on the first ring, crazy stuff. Looking at messages. I took a lie detector test, passed it.
So you underwent a polygraph examination?
Absolutely. I knew that I was innocent, so I was like, okay, let's do it.
So we have a winter-summer romance here, marriage. We want to know, based on your life experience, but as someone who unfortunately has experienced cheating, been cheated upon, what are some of the things that you see as signs? What are your cues that something's amiss?
There are several signs.
Okay.
The first sign being sex. The rhythm changes in a relationship. You know, when you first start out, you're going like rabbits.
All right.
And then as it winds down, sex starts to dissipate. Okay. Well, Your Honor, first of all, you know, if you treat a boy like a boy, he's gonna act like a boy.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you treat him...
Well, I wanna say something about that.
Because
Hold
as
on
men,
just
we
a
want to
second.
be, as men, we want to be
Right.
treated as men.
Right.
You want to be the head of your household.
Right.
And every time he's dumbed down to be one of the kids,
Right.
now he looks like he's dealing with his mom.
Right.
Because we forget how we got there to begin with. Whatever you did to get it, baby, you got to stay there to keep
Right.
it. You
And
push-
in this case, she's afraid of an ex. She's concerned about an ex.
she should be.
Oh,
She really should be. Because in actuality, the ex is on his level. And you're pushing him to her level, back down to her level. Because you are afraid and insecure. Some of these signs had to already be there. You just chose to ignore them because as older women, we feel like we can change a man. He's got to grow there.
Right.
He's got to get there.
Right.
thank
All
you
right.
so
After all the insights, celebrity stories, and blunt truths, here's where we land. Marriage, like the law, thrives on transparency and consistent effort. The experts agree you can't treat your partner like a background extra in your life and expect them to feel like a star. Whether it's fear of an ex, insecurity about your own image, or simply drifting apart, every unspoken issue is a crack in the foundation. In this case, we've seen how suspicion grows when communication falters, and how easily personal insecurities can turn into public accusations. The takeaway? If you want to keep your relationship off the docket, deal with the evidence at home before it ends up in court. If you found this case as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe